most successful podcasters don't make most of their income from their podcast. So why do successful people, from celebs to business leaders, keep investing in their own podcasts? Legitimacy and access. Hello and welcome to another podcast Pontifications with me, Evo Terra. There's a perception that there are two types of podcasters. Those who make most, if not all, of their income from their podcast, and those who make none or very little of their income from their podcast. But that's not even close to accurate. That's nowhere near reality. That sort of false sorting, if you will, makes podcasters in the none or very little income bucket wish for something, and that something is a full-time income from their podcast. They wish for something that for a lot of very successful podcasters doesn't exist. Wishing for that pot of gold at the end of the rainbow that doesn't live there. It's something different. Look, for every successful podcaster I know who makes most, if not all, of their income directly from their podcast, hi Jordan, I know 100 successful podcasters who see very little direct income from their podcast. Yet those 100 more successful podcasters all credit their podcast as being instrumental to their ongoing success. Let's not forget what running a successful podcast brings to the podcaster. It brings tangible benefits that are not just a lot more realistic than that mythical pot of gold or pot of full income from podcasting. They're not just more realistic than that, but these tangible benefits, I think, for many of us, are better. Don't forget, your podcast can be an amazing calling card for your business. That thing that you do. That's what your podcast can be. That's what many, I'm not going to say most, but many successful podcasters, again, successful podcasters who do not see most of their income coming directly from their podcast, but are still very successful, they're using their podcast oftentimes as a calling card, as a way to say, this is me. This is the thing that I do. That makes it better, I think, than some one sheet or even a headshot. A podcast like that can be better than a 6-minute explainer video. I think, and remember, I'm a writer, I think it's better than a book. Your podcast is, or at least it can be, better than those things, and more of those things, because your podcast is a live, oftentimes updated, easily consumed media property that showcases you. And you, oftentimes, are the main source of your income. Podcasting can lend you what I would consider an outsized sense of legitimacy. And I've seen many podcasters embrace this and understand this key notion of the outsized sense of legitimacy having a podcast gives to them. Your podcast, regardless of your audience size, don't think about that. The fact that you have a podcast and you've had a podcast for a while, you're not just starting. You've done this for a while. That podcast, those episodes, gives you that extra boost when it comes to talking to people or organizations that you want to talk to. Your podcast gives you media-level credibility. It wasn't always that way, but it's that way today. Having a podcast will absolutely open up doors to you that other people will have a much more difficult time getting through. Just because you have a podcast that you're continuing to make, that you pour your energy and effort into to make it as good as you can. Don't forget that. Those tangible benefits are often much more valuable to you and to your total income possibilities than any small ad campaign, affiliate deal, or a bundled service offering that you were pitched just this week. Don't forget that. Some quick boostergrams.
Now it's time for the Boostergram Corner.
Boostergram Corner.
I don't know a thing about crypto.
Thank you very much, Susie Buttress from the podcast The Casual Birder. She kicked in a few virtual coffees to me and sent this message along. Always thought-provoking. Thanks for helping us stay focused on why we podcast. Well, you are very welcome, Susie. Now, Susie used buymeacoffee.com/evoterra, but there are lots of ways that you can support the show. Podcastpontifications.com/value for value lists them all. That's it. I shall be back tomorrow with yet another podcast, Pontifications. Cheers.